Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 3 and today we're back for a potentially massive milestone in the series as we continue our long-term quest to try and fill the void left by Alistair Cook at the top of England's batting order. You can see we're back mid-match, something we weren't expecting to do. We haven't played any games off camera. This is the very next one, a 3-day game against Barnsley, a team that featured in a T20 game we played in the last episode. But before we get into the action today and have a look at the scorecard to see why we're back, please do go back and check out the first 2 episodes of the series if you haven't seen them already. A massive thank you to those of you that have watched it and supported the channel already. I really do appreciate it and I hope you continue to enjoy the series as I'm really loving this game so far. If you're new to the channel and enjoying the series, then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe for 3 episodes a week from this series as well as daily FM19 content. If you're a big fan of Cricket 19, we also did an Ashes Test playthrough in the last few weeks and I'll put a link to that in the eye above too, so there's plenty of Cricket 19 content to catch up on already. But let's get back to today and focus on the reason we're back. If we go and have a look at the scorecard, it'll be very clear very quickly. We're into our batting innings and we've got to 40 not out and we've done it at a very quick rate as well. Normally I'm a very slow scorer, try to play like a traditional test batsman. I don't think Alistair Cook would be proud of that strike rate, well over 125, but most importantly we are on for a half century and I wanted to come back to try and show you it just in case it was the first one of our career. Unfortunately, what tends to happen at moments like this is we come back thinking there's going to be an exciting moment and then we'll probably get out the very next ball, in which case it will be quite a short episode, but hopefully that won't be the case. We have already had the first innings for Barnsley. If we go and have a look at the overall scorecard, they managed to score 220 and you might notice at the top right of the screen we also managed to pick up 2 wickets, so this could be a really brilliant match for us and a real breakthrough moment early on in our career. In terms of the Barnsley innings, we were the most economical bowler and it was a little bit silly in the end. Less than 1 and over we were conceding, 2 for 13 off 16 overs, the 2 wickets coming in our first 2 overs, and at that point I thought it was going to be easy going, but the wickets did dry up after that. But we did a fantastic job. My only real concern at this stage, we've set ourselves as a batting all-rounder, yet we bowled more overs than anyone else, including a dedicated spinner in the team. So that's a concern we've got to keep an eye on, but at the moment we're not too worried. We're just enjoying taking wickets and finally adding some runs. So we'll be back in a moment for the next ball to see if we can push towards 50. We will stick along until we get to that half century or until we get out, whichever one comes first, and then if we're scoring at a quick rate of knots, we might continue to show you a bit more of the innings. But let's get back into it to see some action from the crease, where hopefully we can build on our 40 and turn it into at least a half century. Okay, 10 overs into the innings, it's 57 without loss. We're still on 40 as we face our first ball on camera. Again, we've been benefited hugely in this episode, mainly the fact that they've been down the leg side with almost every single delivery, and we've just worked on leaving the ball a bit later so we can flick them off the hips like that. They've got a really offside heavy field and then they're bowling outside leg stump. It doesn't seem like sensible cricket, but again we've got another boundary there. We move on to 44, we're just a flick off the hips from the short ball. Hopefully they'll keep feeding us leg side deliveries and we can flick them away at ease, and as long as we continue to get that, this time we've got an edge on one though. We've just about got away with it and my timing's gone as we've come back on camera. I'm getting excitable and starting to hit the ball early or late. This one was very late, but on other occasions it's always been early. The spinner's back in, but he's coming around the wicket this time, which may make it a little bit more difficult for us. We're just going to try and flick it away to the leg side. I know it's probably not the most enjoyable way to score runs, but we're on 45 and heading for our first half century. Needs must at this point, we've just got to get the job done. We're now just 5 runs away and hopefully it's just a matter of time. Okay, the part-time spinner into the attack for his first over. Edward to deliver around the wicket. We're going to try and hit down the ground, something we did effectively in the Ashes Test playthrough, and hopefully he'll be able to continue to improve and then he'll be able to start hitting those ones for 4. Just lacks a little bit of power at the moment and we picked probably the most flamboyant bat, which isn't a good idea when you're an average player, but we are now just 2 away, so I think we're going to retreat back to leg side deliveries. That one's a horrific wide ball from the bowler and the umpire should oblige there. there as the wicket-keeper decides to throw the ball at us. I'm sure that's just a technical glitch rather than any malice from the player. Again, they've closed up that gap on the offside now, so it is going to be leg side or nothing, and this is really starting to get me a little bit nervy. Just outside off stump, so we're just going to defend and make sure we get the job done. We don't want to take any risks at this stage. It'd be a disaster if we got out at 48. We have got a really good strike rate, as we mentioned at the start, as they've opened up that gap on the offside again, so it doesn't matter too much if we wait a few balls. We don't need to take a risk at unnecessary shots. Again, it looks like a technical glitch, as that's the second time the ball's been thrown at us. 2 balls left in this spinner's over. Can we get off strike, or are we just going to leave them through to the keeper? As long as we don't get out, I'm not going to complain about dot balls. There's a space on the leg side, as again they've plugged that gap down the ground, so hopefully this one will be a bit narrower. It's not, it's even wider outside off stump, and unfortunately at the end of the over, we're not able to make it on this occasion. It looks like our partner's seen off the over in between though, so we're back with Edwards next over, and thankfully he's come back over the wicket so we can try and get one away to the leg side. Again, we're just starting to rush it a little bit now. Our timing goes as we get nervous. We're not playing anything outside off stump at this stage. I just want to make sure we leave it a bit later. Hopefully we can flick it away then. That's much better. We've left it for a while, and we now move on to 49. The dreaded 1 run away, a disastrous time to get out, and hopefully we'll manage to avoid that and pick up our first half century. We'll be back on strike now. Let's see who we're facing. It's the full-time spinner Hopkins, although he has been a bit expensive so far, so this could be an opportunity for us. It's outside leg stump and we flick it away, and this might go for more than 1, you know, but we've reached our half century. It's gone all the way to the boundary for 4, and we bring up 50 in style. 53 off 42 balls, incredibly quick scoring rate, and we also put 6 boundaries in that. A fantastic inning so far. Can we go on and get a century? We will continue, and hopefully we'll be able to build runs quickly. Another one outside leg stump. We've left it as late as possible. That one we probably hit a little bit too late, but we still managed to flick it off the hips for a single. The man in the deep has to come in, and every time we hit it there we're going to get at least 1. Okay, we've got past the drinks break, and now we're back on strike to the part-time spinner. Edward coming around the wicket, which we found a little bit more tricky, but if he keeps bowling them wide outside off stump, we're just going to keep leaving them and let the keeper do all the work. We won't show you all of these on camera. We'll skip through a few if they continue to deliver the same ball. Edward around the wicket again. Will he give us something we can play at? This one's a bit narrower, so we do play down the ground, and I think that's going to be a 4, you know. We've just about connected with it perfectly. The shot timing was absolutely spot on, and it's another 4 to add to our scorecard. We're really looking good at the moment as we now push towards 60. Another dot ball as Edward's gone back wide outside off stump. This one's a bit narrower, but we haven't timed it well, and it's not gone through the covers. It's straight to the man at mid-off. 1 ball left in the over. Can we do anything with it, or is Edward going to get his revenge and try and bowl us out here? Anything on leg stump we can flick away, but that one's wide and it's a dot ball to finish. Here's our wagon wheel. All of the runs on the leg side, bar a couple of shots, but that doesn't matter too much. If they keep giving us the deliveries to play there, you can see it's not just 1s or 2s. We've got plenty of boundaries out there as well, and we really are starting to look quite decent. Hopefully we'll be able to build on this knock as we face our 50th delivery next time round. Our partner's moved on to 39 now. He's seen off another over of seam bowling. This one's a pretty straight delivery from Edward as he's come back over the wicket now, and it is just going to be a single as we cancel that accidental second run. We're moving very close to 60 and we're starting to look a very good player. 59 not out off 50 balls, and we've now got a left arm spinner coming over the wicket. This one could be tricky to get away. Let's see where he bowls it. Outside off stump, and we've carried on where we left off. We've got a boundary. It beats the fielder. It didn't look like it was going to get there. It probably should have been cut off, but a brilliant cover drive to add to our repertoire, something we haven't seen yet in this innings. Right off the middle of the bat, and that's gone for 4 to send us on to 63. The left arm spinner continues, and not only has he not plugged the gap out there, he's also not taken the man in the deep. There is one at cover point though, and he's managed to cut that one off, but it seems strange they've taken out the deep fielder just after we've scored a 4 past him. I guess he didn't put much of an effort up to stop it, so it probably doesn't make much sense him being there. Again, it's outside off stump, and we got a little bit greedy with that one. It's through to the wicket keeper with a play and a miss. We've rarely looked in trouble in this innings, but that's a pretty loose shot. Another one from the left-hander. He continues to come over the wicket. We play it late and that's go through the covers. A brilliant stop from the fielder and he's just saved 4 runs there. 2 balls away from 20 overs and we're already past the 100 mark. No wickets down and we could build a big lead here, although the field's very much been closed up now. We might have to defend off this one. Hopefully we don't lose our wicket. We've played and missed, but it's gone through to the keeper. No harm done, it's just a dot ball. Final ball of the over for Bull. He has opened up that space for extra cover again. It's outside off stump the delivery and it's gone to the man at mid-off. We're not going to be able to sneak a run there. Ball's back into the attack. Just 2 balls left off this over as well. Outside off stump, we play it beautifully. That one's through extra cover for 4. We're dealing in boundaries at the moment and we continue to go at more than 1 a ball. Alistair Cook will be proud of that shot, right off the middle of the bat. 2 brilliant cover drives in this innings, something I wouldn't have expected to see. 10 fours in our career now, just 5 away from reaching our milestone. Let's see what we can do with the next ball then. Final one of the over. It's a bit wide and I don't know why we played at it, but it's gone through to the keeper and it's just a dot ball. Crompton gets to 50. He's got 2 sixes in his as well. You can see a couple of them landed in some gardens, so well done to him and hopefully there's a nice souvenir for the homeowners. Okay, we're back to face another part-time spinner, but Ball's come into the attack now. We've seen him off beautifully, and it's gone down for 4. The part-time spinner did come into the attack. We saw the little highlight for it, but then it must have been seen out by Crompton, as we're back to face Ball, and we carry on where we left off, with a lovely cover drive through extra cover. A fantastic shot off the middle, and we're starting to get our timing right now. We move into the 70s, and are we going to be on for our first century? 2 balls into the spinner's over, and again we're looking for that gap through extra cover. We tried to leave it late, but we played and missed that one. Tried to get it a little bit too fine, and unfortunately it almost cost us a wicket. Halfway through the over, we're flying on 122. I just don't want to give our wicket away here. It would be disastrous at this stage, particularly when we're timing the ball so well. Just 2 balls left, a few dot balls starting to build a bit of pressure, but at the rate we're going it's not a huge problem, as that one goes straight to the fielder. We thought about a quick sneaky single, but there's probably not enough time in truth. 1 more ball in the over, can we get a run off it and try and maintain the strike for the next over? There's a little bit of space to the leg side, but there's not really an opportunity to score here. It's very wide outside off stump, so we just leave it through to the keeper. 24 overs gone, leads 122 without loss, and we've added 71 of those. Now we are going to face the part-time spinner, as he concedes a run to Nick Crompton, and he's outside off stump and he flicks it to the leg side, but it is just going to be a dot ball. Okay, we are finally facing the part-time spinner. Delivers one outside leg stump. We just flick it away for a single. Moving on to 72. We thought about a second run quickly there, but there's probably not enough time. Ball back into the attack and he continues to come over the wicket, the left-hander, and again we're playing through those cover drives poorly now, just starting to lose our timing, and unfortunately we are starting to look in a little bit of trouble as the strike rate goes down to almost 100. This one's a bit of a leg side delivery though, just what we needed as we were under pressure, and it's flicked away for an easy single. Crompton can now face the first choice spinner. Cinder the part-timer continues at the other end. Crompton obviously saw off Bull okay. Again it's a leg side delivery and we've just beat the infielder, so we should be able to nick 2 here and keep the strike to the part-time bowler. That would be ideal for us as we look to move towards the 80s. I'm not quite sure what our score is now. 75 not out of 71 balls. The strike rate has slowed down a little, but 10 fours and a brilliant innings. We're not going to complain about that, particularly in a long form 3-day game. This is the one we're looking to succeed in, as we get another one this time outside off stump, but we have given away our wicket. We got a bit greedy and tried to play through it too quick. Cinder the part-timer counts for us and we're out for 75, but a fantastic knock after 2 or 3 failures at the start of our career. This is a real starting point and hopefully we can build from here. 75 off 72 balls and Leeds lose their first wicket on 133. A brilliant success after our bowling innings, where we also picked up 2 wickets, and hopefully Leeds will continue to do well and we'll be able to get our first win of the season. We're through to the end of the Leeds innings. You can see they got to 329, a lead of 109 before the second innings started. We were the second top scorer behind our opening partner Crompton. He got a century, 115 off 183. Brilliant work from him, but the fact that we've got a couple of wickets as well should leave us in with a shout of getting man of the match. Although having said that, Cinder for Barnsley, 76 runs, he was their top scorer in the first innings and he got 4 wickets, and he's probably going to pip us to the award. We've come back now at 70 for 2 for Barnsley in their second innings as we've been brought back into the attack, and we will go and do that off camera and come back if there's any milestone moments. But if you did enjoy this episode and our first big success with a bat, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments how you're getting on. Are you having any success yet, or are you having similar problems as I had in the first 2 episodes, or are just completely collapsed and could barely score a run? We are trying to time the shots a lot later, which is a bit of a contrast to the previous editions of the game, and I think that's why it's taken me a while to adapt, but our bowling's been as tight as ever and it's really helped us along, particularly while we've been struggling for confidence with the bat. Subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this series, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. We'll also have daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories and weekly updates from our Snooker 19 career every Friday at 4:30. But a massive thanks for watching and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for another episode from this career as we try to continue our newly found form with the bat.